Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I'm David Croppi, managing broker with the JCDC Real Estate Team at Windermere. If you're watching this, you're probably keeping a close eye on the Issaquah real estate market, and May gave us a lot to talk about. More homes on the market, fewer closings than last year. But here's what's interesting: buyers are still going under contract at a pace that we haven't seen in over a year. So, what does all of this mean if you're thinking about buying or selling in Issaquah right now? First, the big picture. May of 2026 was classified as a neutral market in Issaquah, with 3.8 months of inventory based on closed sales. Just to put that in context, under 3 months is considered a seller's market, over 6 months is a buyer's market. So be between 3 and 6, we're at 3.8, puts us in about neutral territory. 35 homes sold in Issaquah in May. That's down 22% from the 45 that sold in May of last year, and down about 10% from April. So closed sales are a bit softer in Issaquah for the month of May, but here's what I want you to pay attention to. Inventory is up 47% year over year. There are significantly more homes available than there were at this time last year. That's a real choice for buyers, and it's a meaningful shift from the extremely tight market we saw in 2024 and 2025. Now, here's the number I find the most encouraging: 49 homes went under contract in May. That's pended sales up 58% compared to May of last year and up 29% from April last month. Buyers are out there and they're making moves. That pipeline of pending sales tells me that June closings should be notably stronger. Let's talk price. The median sold price in May was $1,440,000. That's down about 14% from May of last year and down 4.6% from April's median of $1,510,000. The average sold price came in at about $1,544,000, and that's down 17% year over year and down about 11% from last month. Now, I want to give you some important context on those numbers. Average and median sold prices can be heavily influenced by the mix of homes that actually close in a given month. Whether it was a lot of smaller homes or a few larger luxury properties, that's why I always like to look at price per square footage, which helps kind of smooth things out. The average price per square footage in May for Issaquah was 600. That's down 9.4% from 662 a year ago. But here's what's meaningful: it's virtually flat compared to April, up 0.2%. And based on the 6 month trend, price per square foot is actually trending as appreciating. So while the year over year comparison looks dramatic, the more recent trend suggests prices are stabilizing and beginning to recover. The average list price for homes currently for sale is $1,632,000, which is still above where homes are actually closing, and that gap is something both buyers and sellers should be aware of. A couple more metrics worth highlighting. Days on market in May was 20 days. That's up significantly, 150% compared to 8 days we saw in May of 2025. So homes are sitting longer than they did a year ago. That's no question. But I'll tell you, 20 days is still a pretty reasonable timeline. We're not seeing homes languish on the market for months. The market is moving, just at a more measured pace. And the sold price to original list price ratio was 99% in May. What that means is sellers are receiving on average 99 cents on the dollar relative to their original asking price. That's down 1% from last year when it was at above 100%. It tells you buyers have a little more room to negotiate than they did during the peak. But sellers who price correctly are still getting very close to their asking price. So, what does all of this mean if you're a buyer or seller in Issaquah right now? If you're a buyer, this is generally one of the better entry points we've seen in a few years. You have more homes to choose from. Prices have pulled back from their 2025 peaks, and you have some more negotiating room. The surge in pending sales tells me that other buyers are recognizing this window too. So I wouldn't wait too long, expecting conditions to dramatically improve further. If you're a seller, the key word is pricing. The homes that are going under contract, and there are 49 of them, are priced correctly for today's market. Buyers are informed, they're comparing options, and overpriced homes are sitting. But price it right, price it well, and the data shows you can still get 99% of your asking price within a reasonable time frame. The big picture here is that Issaquah remains a desirable market. The fundamentals, schools, community, access to both Seattle and East Side Tech Corridor haven't changed. What has changed is the pace. And for buyers especially, that's actually a good thing. If you want a full breakdown of this data, head over to seattlerealestatecentral.com. I put together a complete companion post with all of the stats, charts, and context. And if you're thinking about buying or selling in Issaquah, I'd love to talk through what this market means for your specific situation. Give me a call or a text at 425 941 3316, or shoot me an email at dcroppi@windermere.com. If you found this helpful, please hit subscribe. We put out market updates for Issaquah, Bellevue, and Seattle every month. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.